Jeff fans, what's going on? How we doing today? Hope you guys are enjoying your Victory Monday. I know I am. We've waited a while for it. I'm on like 4 or 5 hours sleep right now, just trying to get through the day. Still trying to get my voice back as well. Fireman Ed, he had that place rocking last night. I'll be completely honest, it did suck for most of the game. You had probably more Cowboy fans that were louder than Jeff fans. And then in the final few minutes, I think once the fans started to sense that a victory was close, they had a chance to close the game out, then you really started to see the crowd get back into it. You saw Ed doing the defense chants, which was nice. So it was just good to see, fans enjoying the game, enjoying, competitive football, which we haven't really seen this season. So it was just a good night all around. And, the two major storylines, obviously, were Adam Gase and Sam Darnold coming in. And I said it all week. This was going to be a clean slate for Adam Gase. Whether you like it or not, whether it's fair or not, the first 4 games without his quarterback, he's not going to be judged on that. He's going to be judged on what Sam Darnold does for, the final 12. And this couldn't have been a better start. This could not have been a better start, because coming in, we really didn't know what to expect, right? How much of the playbook, does Darnold still grasp from training camp? Is the O-line going to fix their issues? All these things. Is he going to be rusty? Is his stamina going to be okay in the third, fourth quarter? There's just a lot of unknowns, when you have a quarterback that hasn't played in a month coming back from mono. So the fact that Gase was able to get him in a rhythm, quick throws, opened up the playbook, set him up for success. That was exactly what we wanted. And then, moving over to Sam, and just before I get to Sam, actually, the one thing we've said all week, or the last couple weeks, Ty Montgomery, Ryan Griffin, Bilal Powell, like all these weapons, utilize all of them. And he finally did. Griffin caught a touchdown. They went after Powell a couple of times on the one swing pass. Montgomery was in there a little bit. Like, these are all the little things that we wanted to see them do. Use all your weapons, use them to their skill sets. So that was good to see. And then, like I said, moving over to Sam, so much you can rave about with him. I think it's safe to say at this point, I know some people are still calling Darnold a bust, which is crazy to me. I think at this point you can safely say the Jets have their franchise quarterback. At 22 years old, for Sam to be doing some of the things that he's doing, it is crazy. It's crazy to watch. It's fun to watch, but it's hard to imagine. And coming off, being away from the game for a month and doing this, that's what makes it even more impressive for me. So you look at all the things he did well. He was making changes at the line, something that we really didn't see much from Folk, whether it was a confidence issue or whether Gase just didn't allow him to, I don't know. But, he was making, audibles at the line, reading the defense. His pocket presence is phenomenal. I can go on and on about that for days. I did most of training camp. Whether you want to compare it to Tony Romo, Aaron Rodgers, he's just got that, little bit of magician in him where he can extend the play, make the first guy miss, make the second guy miss. He's got that subtle, shoulder tuck that he does. He buys extra time, which helps the O-line. It helps Gase. It helps the receivers get open. And, even on some other throws, just the quick release, all these issues that we saw with the O-line, I hope having the quarterback return is going to fix a good portion of them, because I've said it pretty much all season. I don't think it's a talent issue on the O-line. You have too many veterans there for them to be playing as bad as they have been. So I think the return of Sam, plus Gase feeling more confident to open up his playbook, to its full capacity, I think all these factors coming together, hopefully for the rest of the season, it's going to mean a good offense, right? You're going to get Herndon back in a few weeks as well. You saw Robbie stretching the field, which was so nice to see. So a lot of good coming out of this. And even with the Beachum injury, you put Shell at left tackle, which I thought was going to be a complete disaster. He actually held his own there. Even Adoga at right tackle was matched up, I think, on Lawrence for a lot of the game. He held his own. So just a lot to be excited about moving forward on the offensive side of the ball. And then the same thing goes for defense. Give Greg Williams plenty of props. The team has held their own, 4 out of 5 games, giving the offense a chance to win. Even when you're not really generating much pressure, you're finding ways to, get some hits on the quarterback, force him to get rid of the ball quick. We saw that a few times with Prescott. And even a lot of the guys that we're not expecting to, do big things, Fatukasi, Neville Hewitt, Kyle Phillips, like those guys were all over the place yesterday. And, you're even starting to see some little things from Leo and Quinnen Williams. Not the impact plays I think that we all want to see, but, you listen to the coaching staff. I don't buy much into this, but they say those guys are doing their part in the system of the defense. Okay, fine. I don't know what to say about that. You hear the rumors that, Leo's on the trade block. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. I think a lot's going to depend on what the Jets ultimately do Monday night. If you win, you're 2-4, and suddenly you're back in contention, because I keep saying it. I don't think there's going to be a wild card team that wins more than 10 games. So at 2-4 with the schedule the way it is for the final 10, I think they would have to view themselves not really as sellers or not really as buyers, but as willing to listen to any offer that helps you for the future and still possibly improves you this year as well. So again, just going back to the defense really quick, shout out to Jamal Adams, because I know he's gotten a lot of heat, for some of the stuff over the last few weeks with, leaving the WFAN interview and, not having the Jets on his social media, which he never did in the first place. He's gotten some heat for some of these things, people questioning if he wants to stay here. Well, he went out there yesterday and played like a guy that either wants to be here or wants to impress his new team. We all know he grew up in Texas. So hopefully it's not the latter. Hopefully, he realizes the Jets have their quarterback back. He's supposed to be the leader in the face, and he went out there and he played like it yesterday. I think Tyson said it. Give him a lifetime contract at this point, because he should be retiring a Jet, and it was good to see him play like that. So, obviously, it feels good having a win. You don't want to go crazy, with the Gase pom-poms or, talking playoffs yet, but you want to have some reasons to be excited about the season going forward. And I think seeing what we saw out of Sam, seeing Gase open up the offense, seeing the defense still without C.J. Mosley play the way that they played, I think there are a lot of reasons to still be optimistic about the Jets being able to make this a season, and that this young core can still be the foundation of a sustained winner going forward. So we'll see what happens. Next week is a big one. Again, Patriots, Monday Night Football. Show up, compete, hope to steal a win. We'll be breaking everything down tomorrow night, Tuesday, 8 o'clock. Numbers 929-477-2651 if you guys want to call in and chat with us. If not, we'll talk to you soon. Go Jets.